Thank you for watching United Federation of Nerds. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since we've posted anything. Today we are going to discuss um, Star Trek Picard, Season 2, Episode 1. Today we have with us Ace, Mr. X, and Noob Noob. And I guess let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First thing I wanted to point out was Laris. And let's find the picture. There we go. So at the beginning of the episode, we have Laris and Picard have a tender moment where they almost kiss, and then it goes all wrong after that. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
No, I mean, it was kind of expected. It seems to be what happens for Picard, sadly.
Okay, yeah, and then, oh, sorry, Mr. X, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I could barely hear shit, so.
Oh,
Yeah, I turned my volume up too.
was that better?
A little. You're using one of those sleeping headset
Oh my
things.
god, I love this thing. I never take it off. It's the best.
There you go.
I had one of those. I had one of those too, but the left speaker just stopped working on me about a week ago.
Oh, that sucks. It was $12 or $15 or something. So
Something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna get another one.
I turned up my input. Is that better?
Oh,
That's
okay.
much better. Much better.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize it was down. All right.
In fact, to the point that I have to turn down my machine.
Perfect. That's good. Yeah, I knew when they were getting all like, whatever, that it was gonna go bad for them.
Why did you?
Well, I mean, like 20 years and whatever.
I did enjoy the back and forth where they were trying to say different things in different languages. Cheers, big ears was one of them. I did enjoy that little back and forth together. Before we move on to my next thing, I guess I didn't write it down, but I was actually quite disappointed that they killed Jabon off screen a year and a half ago. So like almost literally during Picard season 1, he died, and we didn't get anything of it.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, it makes me think something happened in the background with the actor, and they just had to write him out.
That's exactly
Maybe.
what
He wasn't in a whole lot of episodes, anyways. I want to say he was only in like 4.
Yeah.
Well, that's half the
but-
episode.
Oh no, there was 12 or 13 last season, so that's a quarter,
I
a
thought
third.
there were 8. You know what? Okay.
So after the Laris thing, we go to Admiral Picard giving a speech at the Academy. I don't remember exactly what it was for, if it was like their orientation or their graduation, but he introduces everyone to the first full-blooded Romulan to enter Starfleet Academy, which is Eleanor. Honestly, not that surprising, but it is a little surprising considering how much the Romulans have moved since the supernova, that he's the first one to go in.
Well, I don't blame the Romulans. I blame the Federation on that. There's
See,
a
it's the
lot of
exact
people still on that side.
it's the exact opposite for me on that, because I would blame the Romulans because of their secrecy, that they wouldn't want to join the Federation or the Academy, because then they would be beholden to those rules.
Yeah, but he would, and I feel that he was probably held back more Federation politics than anything.
What do you mean, Elnor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Elnor being in the Academy totally makes sense, especially
Yeah,
with
no, I
Picard
get it. I
being
just-
in charge.
Yeah, I just mean, like, I'm sure there was some pushback. They just didn't show it. There's always been.
Oh, no. Oh no, well, you mean like trying to get him in if there was like protests and crap like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I
In the
guarantee it.
In the post series books for Voyager, they actually beat the living you know what out of Egypt when he joined the academy. He literally almost died when he joined the academy. So yeah, there's definite racism at Starfleet Academy. I did like the fact that he was assigned to the Excelsior, which was also an Easter egg to the fact, of course, of George Takei. And then I love the fact that Rafi was also was assigned to that ship to protect him from his absolute candor. Not that she thinks of herself as a mom at all. Did you guys have anything on Elnor?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Let's jump on to 7 of 9 on the La Sirena. This is where she's trying to bargain with them to leave the ship, the pirates or whatever they are. But 7 of 9 is now in the captain of the La Sirena, and she's back to working for the Fenris Rangers. Her and Rafi still have a relationship, but it's a complicated relationship, and we learned how complicated it is more so in the next episodes. And Ace and I are probably going to do a video. I'm not sure if you gentlemen would be interested, but there is an Audible Star Trek Picard book that's actually read by Jerry Ryan and Michelle Hurd. And it's only like an hour and a half long or something, but it is only available on Audible. But it does give a little bit of their actual relationship during the year and a half gap that we have. So Ace and I are thinking about doing a video on it just to give a little recap of that. But yeah, 7 of 9 being in charge of La Sirena, and then I love that she reprogrammed the holograms. Instead of there being 5 different holograms, she merged them all into one. And then I love the fact that he basically the hologram Emmett is like, release the holographic protocol so I can beat this guy up. I love that part.
Yeah, it was a little like I didn't understand why she wasn't armed in the first place for that whole interaction, but they needed to give the hologram something to do.
Yeah, it would have made sense that she would have been armed, but she just
also
got caught off
she
guard.
beat the shit out of the Rock, so I guess she doesn't need to be armed.
Funny enough, I watched that episode last night.
That's a good episode.
Okay, so after we find out what's going on with 7, we end up with Girardi and Soji on the planet of the Deltans. I didn't get an image of that because it wasn't that interesting, other than the fact that she gives the rundown of everything that's happened. She hasn't been in a relationship longer than a year. She tried to kill her previous boyfriend, but was exonerated because of temporary insanity. And then her the relationship since then broke up too. That was the only thing that was important out of that scene. And then we end up with Rios and Girardi on the bridge of a very important ship. It is the Stargazer, but it is not Captain Picard's Stargazer or a new version of Picard's Stargazer. This is a prototype ship, and it has 5 call letters as opposed to Picard's Stargazer only had 4. I don't remember what the call letters were, but they are different call letters, so that's why it's not called the Stargazer A.
Oh, there you go.
Before anyone asks, I already have the answer. So, Girardi oddly is drunk as hell on the bridge, and Rios lets her be drunk on the bridge. My understanding, isn't there a medication or something that they can give people so that it gets rid of the alcohol?
Yep, it's from the original series.
Okay, so yeah, and I was pretty sure the doctor even used it on Voyager for the guy who couldn't digest alcohol. Um, but anyways, she's on the bridge. Rios. I was watching a video, a recap of the trailer before the season started, and a guy was saying that he didn't believe that this scene was real because Captain Rios has a cigar in his hand. And what in what planet or what universe does the Federation or Starfleet allow you to smoke on the bridge? I see him with this cigar. I see him with the cigar constantly, and I even see him playing with the lighter, but he has never once lit up that cigar, or he never once did light up that cigar. I think it's an oral fixation.
Yeah, agreed. He probably light it up on like on planet, but maybe in the holodeck, but I doubt it.
And then my question with this is, are they clean? Are they clean cigars? Because in Voyager, in one of the in the first season, Tom Paris is with some lady. He gets framed for her husband's murder, and he mentions to her when she's smoking that we outlawed that years ago. So I'm wondering, since he's smoking, has that law been repealed? Or is this like when Deanna Troi orders a chocolate sundae, where it's actually healthy? It tastes like a chocolate sundae, but it's got the vitamins and crap that you need.
It's the same thing as the synthetic scotch and all of that stuff. That's why I know you haven't watched the original series, but Scotty would not drink replicated liquor because it didn't work the same. He had his own real stuff. When they brought that out,
which was great when he came to TNG.
Yes. So that's probably replicated. So, like you said, it doesn't matter. It's just shit.
Any other comments or questions about Rios, Girardi, or the cigar?
Hopefully, he does try to light it on the bridge one of these episodes, just so that the fire suppression system puts it out immediately.
Right. That gives me a recall of the Next Generation episode when they have all the Irish people in the cargo bay and they try to create the campfire.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
So, I thought the formation and the detail when they created the spatial anomaly, not when Rios got there, but when it was actually forming, how it actually had the green strings like tearing through the fabric of space. I actually really enjoyed that design of it.
I did too, but they need to stop overusing the green for the Borg because it immediately gives it away.
That's exactly what I said. Not only from the trailers did we know the Borg were going to be involved, but the second that it's a green thing, I'm like, okay, so this is where the Borg get introduced. And then when Seven's suddenly there, okay, she's there because it's the Borg. And then when she gets onto Rios' ship and then the Borg actually come out of the thing, it's like, hello, this has been the Borg all along. How have you people not known?
Yeah.
I chose this image because it's got a good picture of the spatial anomaly in the background, and I do really like the four nacelle look of the Stargazer.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Now, one thing we do keep saying Borg. One thing that is different is I watch with closed caption, so I was able to tell when the Borg started talking to Picard, it didn't list them as the Borg. It listed them as the Legion. But when the Borg Queen beamed onto the ship, it did call her the Borg Queen. So we know that there's several things have happened to the Borg since we've seen them. Well, I guess in the last season of Voyager, and then something after Voyager happened. In the last season of Voyager, the Borg had the civil war that was caused by Unimatrix Zero, and then the very last episode, Janeway, Admiral Janeway from the future, downloaded the virus into the Borg, and it disconnected her from most of the hive except for like one ship. What else has happened in the last 20 years that has decimated the Borg to the point that now we have the Borg and possibly the Legion. Is the Legion actually that splinter cell of the Borg, the ones that actually help Janeway and crew in episode 1 of season 7? I'm hoping so, but I don't know.
Or a completely different faction. It could have been any queen that was out there. Because it wasn't there, aren't there, and I could be wrong about this, but weren't there sub-queens? Like, I know that's the wrong word, but... like there
only
was
in the books.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of, you're probably thinking of Homecoming and Stranger Shore or whatever it was called.
Well, I swore they said that some of the big ships had their own queen or something like that, just not active.
No, you might be thinking of in season 1, every cube had the queen's cell, but not necessarily a queen.
That makes sense.
So after the Legion, we got Q. The Borg Queen tries to take over the Stargate, and the Stargate, wrong show, the Stargazer, and because she's taking control of the Stargazer, she's taking control of the entire fleet. So they have to destroy the Stargazer. When the Stargazer gets destroyed, everyone, well, in episode 1, Picard wakes up in another place, and he's trying to figure out what's going on, and then Q pops up, and I loved the fact that they brought in this Q, and then with the snap of the fingers, oh, let me catch up. I loved
Nope,
that.
it was perfect. It was the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I got nothing else on the first episode. Anyone else have anything?
You know why you said Stargate? Because the minute the Queen popped up... No, the minute the Queen popped up, I thought of Anubis. When she popped up on the bridge. The mask that she had on and stuff.
That's funny. The mask that she had on, I mentioned to Ace that, oh, look, the Borg Queen has the Mind Stone because it had this white glowing thing right on the forehead.
That's funny.
But did anyone else have anything about episode 1? Anything I didn't cover that you guys want to go over?
The giant Borg ship looked like a vagina when it was opening.
See, I actually thought it looked more similar to Thor 2, The Dark World. The Dark
Elves.
Elves.
But this is interesting.
That's true.
No, I agree. That it does look like the Dark Elf ships. I just try to pretend that the Thor 2 Dark World doesn't exist.
I try to pretend that with Iron Man 3.
See, I like Iron Man 3 compared to I don't know, compared to Dark World. It's the only Marvel movie I can't really rewatch.
Off topic, this will be the last one that I say. The only Marvel one I can't rewatch is The Incredible Hulk. I've seen that movie once, but I've rewatched the entire MCU probably 7-8 times, except for The Incredible Hulk.
You're not talking the Edward Norton one, are you?
I am talking about that one. It was just okay to me, and then they cut off so much from it for future movies.
That's true.
Betsy Ross never came back. We did get what's his face, but then he died last week.
The old
William
guy?
Hurt. Yeah, Thunderbolt Ross. He was supposed to be Red Hulk.
Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, he was cool.
Yeah, he just died like 2 weeks ago, something like that. But anyways, Picard season 2, episode 1. I thought it was a great way to start off the season. I loved the ending with Q. I would have enjoyed a little bit more time with Q, but it was a great way to bring him back. So, was there anything else anyone wanted to say?
Nope.
No.
Okay. With that being done, thank you for watching the United Federation of Nerds. Please like and subscribe and comment down below and how wrong I am about everything I talk about. Thank you, guys.